It's already been a week, and there's a little bit of news for us to dig into for self-publishing, including that there is now AI-based search on 2 specific platforms that you should be aware of. And also, Apple is requiring all account holders, if you are selling books through them, ebooks specifically, you're going to need to go and log into your dashboard for some of the requirements. And then last but not least, get your manuscript up to 5,000 words handled by an editor. Yes, it is 100% free. Yes, free edits for your manuscript. So if you've been strapped for cash and you're not able to afford an editor, well, today is a good day because I'm going to be sharing some insights on how you can get your manuscript edited for free, at least up to 5,000 words. All that in self-publishing news for August the 19th of 2024. Real quick plug here for my longtime sponsors, Book Award Pro. Get yourself legitimate reviews and awards. We understand you're an author, not a marketer. Book Award Pro is designed for a clear, helpful, and smart approach to sell more books. Learn how authors are winning awards and getting great reviews for the books. This includes how it works. You can target the most valuable opportunities for your book. Awards and third-party validations fuel excitement. Works with your budget, resources, and time. Yeah, you can have everything from a free plan to the pro plan, which runs about a couple $100 per month, but it is so worth it. I actually use it myself. You can focus on modern ways to reach audiences, create meaningful connections with readers, approachable and easy for authors, and your goals. You want to know why I gush about Book Award Pro so much? I've gotten up to 32 book awards for 6 different publications over the past few years. They have been instrumental in really helping me elevate some of my marketing game. Go on over and visit my affiliate link at daylinks.com/bookawardpro to get yourself set up with an account today. Again, free to premium. Take a look at them. daylinks.com/bookawardpro. Let's go on over with the hot news rolling out from the fine folks over at Apple Books for Authors. Upcoming requirements for ebook distribution in the European Union. So that way I'm not mincing any words and nobody misunderstands what I'm sharing. I'm not going to give you guys a TLDR. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know. You need to enter trader status in iTunes Connect for ebooks on the Apple Bookstore in the European Union. This is to comply with the Digital Services Act, or DSA. Starting February 17, 2025, ebooks without trader status will be removed from the Apple Books Store in the EU until trader status is provided and verified. All right, here's the TLDR of the situation. You got to go over into your iTunes Connect account, and you're going to need to click on the complete compliance requirements. And it's dead simple. Like literally, you can just walk through. You should have received an email. If you haven't, reach out to support, and they will be able to give you all the details. Trader status. Now, what is involved in being a trader? If you're not a hobbyist, if you're doing this business as an author and you're selling ebooks on a regular basis, then yeah, you might want to see about disclosing the fact that you are a trader. There is a trader self-assessment tool that they have available, but essentially if you're publishing ebooks and you're making a living from it or you're making any kind of earnings, you have to disclose. You have to agree to it. It's just that simple. Sorry to say it, or otherwise you just lose distribution to the EU starting February 17th of 2025. Now, I briefly mentioned there are 2 platforms that are right now using AI-based search that you should be aware of. The very first one is going to be Scribd. Scribd Inc. debuts new AI-powered features that make searching and enjoying content easier than ever. So let me just give you the TLDR in just a moment, because the other piece that you should be aware of is Audible is beta testing AI-powered search that's called Maven. So rather than the normal like search window of you searching up something, you would just put in like a very rudimentary like keyword to find whatever type of book that you want to. What they're making it available is where people can actually specifically say, I'm looking for an uplifting fiction novel with a female protagonist, or show me fantasy audiobooks that I can complete on an 8-hour road trip. So this thing is to where you can go in and dial it in specifically to your needs. Now, Audible's just beta testing, but it sounds like Scribd has already rolled it out. It seemed like Scribd was hot, you know, they started out. They were the ones who launched their AI-based search function. Audible just announced this about a week or 2 ago, that they were going to be doing the beta testing. So this is pretty interesting. Hopefully it gets it to where more books are discoverable, because right now as it searches, how search works is based on relevance. And so sometimes there are some publications that will get lost in the mix. With something like the AI powered feature, this is going to level the playing field, because if someone's specifically searching for something, they're not just going to get the most popular things served to them. Sure, those things will, but there's going to be also these outliers that wouldn't otherwise be brought up through search engine algorithms, through these searches. So this is very reassuring. I'm very excited to see exactly where this is going. Now, speaking of where things are going, this is an interesting piece from Ars Technica. The title of the piece is OpenAI has the tech to watermark ChatGPT text. It just won't release it. So the details are that OpenAI actually has the ability to watermark text, meaning that people could be able to detect if someone had AI generated content done through ChatGPT because they have a watermark. But the problem is, why OpenAI won't roll this out is that it's not 100%. It's not 100%, at this point. I think they said it was 99% was the exact, thing inside the article. But they were saying also that it could, lead to false positives, or in some instances where people are just, using this tool as a translation tool and such, the original text being that someone wrote it. So then that would mark that person inaccurately. So there are so many complications when it comes to this, but it's good to know that we're going in the right direction, that watermarking is available, so that way people can be able to tell when something is written by AI and when it's not written by AI. But very interesting. I just figured I'd go ahead and share some of that information for you. Now, speaking of information, this is actually coming directly across from my book editor, as well as my book writing coach from 2022, Jeanne De Vita. Now, actually, she and I were actually having a discussion. She is a UCLA instructor. She's a writing instructor. And she said, hey, got something really cool. Let me read exactly what she shared with me. And this is where you'll be able to get free editing. Free. Yes, free. Jeanne De Vita, book editor and writing editing instructor, has openings for authors to submit work to receive free sample edits. She's teaching freelance editing at UCLA Extension in both fall 2024 and winter 2025, and will need at least 10 samples of 5,000 words for each course. The freelance editing course provides a practical opportunity for enrolled students to practice on real authors' work while gaining guidance and mentorship on the quality of their edits from the instructor. Please review the attached form and complete it to have your work considered. There is a full author solicitation form. She breaks everything down for you. Now, I will tell you that actually I've used this with her before. Your work is 100% safe. There is an NDA that she has with her clients that are working, and if for some reason you want to actually have that direct relationship, Jeanne would probably be able to work with you on that. But for the most part, there's never going to be a direct conversation. You're just going to literally hand it off. Now, keep in mind, she's not going to be able to take all works because they're just looking for at least 10 samples of 5,000 words for each course. So this means that she's going to take up to about 20. But if you've been cash strapped and you need a good editor, then this might be the direction for you to want to consider. And considering fall 2024 is right around the corner, your deadline to submit, let's see here. She said, work accepted for fall 2024 must be submitted no later than September 15th of 2024. And accepted authors will be notified that their work has been chosen by October 1st. The course ends on December 10th, so authors will receive edits and notes no later than December 31st, 2024. So if you want more details about that, there's a link inside the show notes as per usual. All right, here we go. I think we're in the rapid fire of things here. Oh, yes. So there is a free ticket to a webinar on book marketing with the fine folks over at Miblart. They're actually going to be hosting this with one of my good friends from Story Origin. Just happens that I'm wearing one of his shirts right now as we're recording this. Audio listeners are like, yeah, whatever. I can't tell, dude. But this free online webinar is Author Tool Mastery, Direct Sales Website, Newsletter, and ARC Team. Oh my. The speaker, Evan Gao, is an indie developer and founder of Story Origin, a marketing platform for indie authors. During the webinar, you'll learn how to build a community of readers at the beginning of your career, why and how to arrange newsletter swaps, what common marketing mistakes authors make, and so much more. This is on August the 20th. So as I'm recording this, this will be on Tuesday, August 20th at 12 to 1 p.m. Central Time. It's a free webinar. Go check it out, folks. Speaking of free webinars, Publish Drive's hosting Understanding of Royalty Payments and Sales Dashboard on August the 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Understanding your royalty payments and sales data doesn't have to be a daunting task. With the right knowledge and tools, you can turn your data into actionable insights that drive your publishing success. Again, that's August 26th, 12 p.m. Moving forward, Authors Guild is having From Manuscript to Marketplace, Nine Tales, Tuesday, August 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Author Sally Wynn Mao joins us alongside her agent Claire Mao and editor Nidhi Pukali. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your names. To discuss Nine Tales, her debut short story collection with moderator Lily. We'll cover the development of Sally's manuscript, her shift from poetry to short form fiction, and the acquisition and editorial process at Penguin Books. So that's on Tuesday, August 27th, 1 p.m. And another one that's coming up here is hosted by BookBrush. Connect with your readers. Content tips from BookBrush. This is on Wednesday, August 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We know how much your readers mean to you, and we're here to help you connect with them. Join our upcoming webinar and discover fresh ideas to grab your readers' attention. We'll share some practical tips and real-world examples to bring your stories even closer to them. So go check out that one. And I want to give a big shout out to Jenny Hansen-Lane. Jenny's been a longtime supporter here of this podcast and also a former guest. She just launched a video called Side Hustles That Actually Work with Self-Publishing, and she gave me a big shout out. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate the shout out. But she gave some really good tips inside this video, so make sure that you go and take a look at that video. And speaking of, last week I had the pleasure of joining Drafted Digital's Self-Publishing Insiders podcast with Jim Azevedo. Jim is a really good friend of mine. We got together to talk about the self-publishing roadmap for success. It was a blast. We went through, I'd say, about 50 minutes of content, jam-packed. There was a lot of Q&A too as well that we were able to cover some questions and concerns. And it actually just so happened to have come out on the launch day for the second book of 8 books called Advanced Self-Publishing for Authors, a guide to author success and platform growth. You can get your hands on it at most online major retailers over at dalelinks.com/new authors. Now, keep in mind, there is still another 6 books to come out. Next month on September the 15th, will be advertising for authors, or excuse me, advertising for books. That will actually be covering Amazon advertising. If you would like to join the Advanced Reader Copy team and get yourself early access in exchange for leaving a review upon launch, come on over to dalelinks.com/arcteam. One last little plug here. Thank you to the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. Book Award Pro is how to get accolades for your book. It's my preferred book marketing tool. You can go ahead and take a look at them at dalelinks.com/bookawardpro. What'd you think about some of the news? This is a little slower week, but you know what? We still got some information nonetheless, and take advantage of those free edits, folks. Go ahead and apply for it. You know, you have nothing to lose in such a situation like that. Let me know what you thought about some of the news pieces, and if I happen to have missed something, hit me up over on Discord in the Discord community at dalelinks.com/Discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale. It's easy for me to say, and I'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.